Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing out there today? I hope everyone is doing very, very good. We are in the month of April. We're literally mid April, the middle of the month. So, most of you guys are already in quarter four of your school year if you go by quarters. Anyway, yeah, we are wrapping up the end of our school year. We are still hitting our curriculum hard. We're hitting it a little bit more frequently than normal, and I don't mean extending our school day, but what I do mean is we're being more consistent about on Mondays hitting math and reading hard. I know for a little while we kind of missed those days. We like took the complete day off when in all actuality that was supposed to have been the day that we kind of did like catch up work or whatever, but such is life. Anyway, so yeah, we've been more consistent about that. We're even getting a math lesson sometimes, reading as well on Saturday and Sundays. Like literally that's all that we're going to do because we're just trying to, I don't know, I'm the type that's like I don't want to not finish our curriculum. You know, like I'm not saying the whole entire thing has to be done, but I want at least 90% of our curriculum done, and that's just me. Even though I know most of this curriculum is like a review, but I'm just so worried that there's going to be something that's missed. And, with my kids and stuff being the ages and grades that they are, I don't want them not knowing things. And, like, I know everyone's like, well, they're not supposed to care if, someone knows something and they don't. Well, for us, I don't want my kids feeling some kind of way. So we do finish our curriculum. If you don't, then hey, more power to you. And there's no rule saying that you must finish your curriculum. But for me, like I said, we might not finish it 100%, but I at least want 90% done. So that's the main goal for that. And you know what? Believe it or not, the kids don't mind either. Like I said, because it's only two things that they're doing. So that's all good. Anyway, life update, homeschool update, just everything update. So, I told you guys we were going to start doing my kids, I was going to put them in activities in January. That did come to pass. Actually, they didn't really get started until, well, Kelsey got her gymnastics started in February, and it's going really, really well. She's very excited about it. She did have to miss 1.5 weeks because she got sick. We all have been sick. That's another thing. It started off with Miss Kelsey. She got sick after we came back from Chicago. If you remember in my last video, my mother-in-law passed, so we just dropped everything and went to Chicago. We were there for a little over a week. Kelsey got sick, and then you know how it just cycles through the house. It cycled through like we're going on almost cycle 3, but we're doing better. I was the last one with it, and now Elijah and Jerry seem like they've kind of got their cough back, but as you see, I'm not coughing right now, so it's all good. But yeah, she had to miss. We went to one class and she was fine until she started doing a lot of exercise, like halfway, literally. I remember it was 426, then the coughing fit started. First it was like one cough here, then they start coming more frequently, and then it got to a point to where it's like she was at the end of her sickness, so she's trying to cough it up, and of course she threw up. And so we had to leave, and then she had to miss the following week. But she's back. She just went to it Friday. I'm sorry, not Friday. She had a makeup class from the class that she missed on Tuesday. She went to her normal class on Monday. So she was able to go twice in 1 week. So she was really thrilled about that. She is going to start cheerleading, hopefully. I'm going to call around and see what the schedule is like because, the boys, they're doing baseball. They started that right before we left for Chicago. They literally had one practice and then we had to leave. So they missed 2 practices, but they're back. The boys are doing really well. I mean, I just love it. When we were in Japan, I couldn't get my kids into things like this. There was just no space for them. Um, so they're in baseball. They're doing really well. We had to get all their uniforms and things. And literally, Jerry grew so fast. I bought cleats for him back in March, and we just went Monday and got him more cleats. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. So they're doing really well with their activities, and believe it or not, balancing it all is not a problem at all. I mean, like, I just have to make sure that I'm on point. Excuse me. See, I have to make sure I'm on point, though, guys. Um, the easy part is my husband has been home the whole time. So, like, well, from the whole time we went to Chicago up until now, he just went back to work today. So we've been having him for like almost a month. So he has been very helpful. But, guys, listen, the saddest thing is when I see kids running into the baseball field and they're got a Chick-fil-A bag or something. They've got like a Chick-fil-A bag or running with a hamburger or something. And I'm just like, oh my God, those poor kids. And it just makes you that much more grateful and thankful for me being able to say, like, they go to practice on Tuesday and Thursdays. Games are usually, we had like two games on Wednesdays, but most of them on Saturdays. But it just makes me feel so good that we can get up and have a full day of school on Tuesday. I already know their practice starts at 5:30. Number one, we're never late. And we've talked about that before, guys. Don't let your kids be late to practices and stuff, because the older they get, when it's time for them to go and manage themselves, they're not going to know how to do that because they've always seen you running around being late. I'm sorry. Anyway, like I was saying, my kids were getting a little bit too loud, so I had to stop the video. So anyway, I like being able to, like, okay, for instance, Tuesday's practice. I know practice starts at 5:30. So what the boys have to do either the night before or the morning before they even get themselves, like right after breakfast or something, get all of your stuff you need for baseball. I make sure there's some Gatorade or something in the refrigerator. But they need to make sure they have their belt, their little pants, the socks, and the shirt that they wear. Like, they have their practice stuff and then they have their game day stuff. Get that stuff ready either Monday night or Tuesday morning. I prefer for it to be Monday night because I guarantee you somebody's always going to not have something. Like, Jerry came down one time in his church pants and his church belt. And I'm like, no, we get all this stuff ready before. Or they'll come down with their game day socks because our clothes is like a navy blue, lime green, and gray. And so they'll probably have their lime green socks, a lime green belt on a practice day. And that's when they can wear whatever they want to practice, but I have their stuff for practice. Like, Elijah has black belt, black shirt. Jerry has blue shirt, blue belt. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you guys have all of that kind of stuff. Do that beforehand. So we'll have school, a full day of school, maybe around 2:30 we're done for the day. They can do their iPad, they can watch a little TV, chill out. And then by 4 o'clock, 4:30, because the baseball field is literally like 5 minutes away. It's like right before you get to our church, so it's all in the same community. But I want them to eat beforehand. Again, like, usually they don't really want to eat until dinner, but like, no, y'all gonna be doing too much running and playing around. So eat again, maybe a hot dog, maybe a slider, something, some fruit. They'll eat again. Make sure they have their water bottles, and we're literally out the house at 5:15. And like I say, it's only 5 minutes away, so we get there around 5:20. Sometimes a little, depending, somebody can't find the right seat belt hole or whatever, take some time and, get out the car, walk, set up. Me and Kelsey, we take like our stadium chair. She usually has her sleeping bag that she kind of lays down with all her toys and stuff so she can play. But, just things like that. So, and then coming home, dinner's already done. I make dinner. If it's left overnight, that's all the better. But for the most part, dinner, it has to be done like during the day because practice is over at 7. So when they get home, all they do is go shower. Everybody needs to go shower, clean themselves up, make sure their rooms are all straightened up, which now that I'm speaking this out loud, I think when they're getting ready to go to baseball practice, I'm going to have them, straighten up their room as well. And, yeah, they shower, kind of straighten up a little bit. By that time, dinner's already warmed up and on the table. Eat. We kind of like just relax as a family. And I was just thinking like, oh my goodness, this is so wonderful. Like how a lot of parents don't have that luxury. Well, a lot of families don't have that luxury. It's like this mad dash of hurry up. You got homework. You got this. You got that. And, and just sitting there like after dinner, how we're just like all chilling as a family, and we don't have to, rush to do this and rush to do that. Now, mind you, my kids still have to be mindful of things because there still is a bedtime, regardless, homeschool or not. There's still a bedtime, there's still routine. You still have to brush your teeth. You guys still have to do a table cleanup, just all those things like that. So, like, I do let my kids kind of wind down before bed so they can watch a show or something, in their bed, kind of have some quiet time so everybody can kind of like woosah for the night. So we do that. But they can't just be playing around for too long. Like, if you want to do this thing, you can't do both. There won't be time to do both. So you have to pick something and stick with it, okay? So it's same thing with Kelsey's gymnastics, but her gymnastics class is so early. It's at 4 o'clock and it ends at 5. I usually get home around 5:30. It's a little farther than the boys' baseball, but that's okay. Now, I haven't yet had to cook by the time I get home from that, because I just don't want to. If I'm coming home around 5:30, I'm pretty much probably already expended for the day, so it's like, I haven't had to cook yet. I usually cook beforehand, and I think we're going to keep it that way. Now, she's wanting to add cheer. I need to call to this little place down the street here that offers cheer. Believe it or not, in Virginia, they don't have too many cheer places. It seems like before COVID they did, and now a lot of them are closed or something. I don't know, but I know in Texas you can find cheer a dime a dozen. Like, they're like on every other corner. So I'm going to find her a cheer team because, truth be told, with her gymnastics, like, she's had one teacher the day she got really sick. She was filling in, I guess, for her normal teacher, and that girl was on it. I really liked her. She was actually showing the girls, like, when they were doing something incorrectly, she actually showed them and corrected them. But her normal teacher, she's just so... And then they need to do it. If they don't do it right, or she's looking somewhere else, always looking at her watch. I do understand they have to look at their watches because I think they have to do things at certain times of the day, but she's just so... it's like no energy or anything about it. We just started, so I'm going to give this girl a chance. But I am going to put her in cheer because I do believe in cheer. She will get some tumbling skills there as well. So that's just what we're doing for now. So anyway, so that's how things are going with all of their extracurriculars. School-wise, like I say, we're rocking and rolling through our curriculum. Daddy's like really about where the kids are. He's the type that's like, if you're in 4th grade, you need to be doing all 4th grade stuff. And, but some things, it just didn't happen that way. So, but we're getting there. I'm not worried about it, but he is. And so sometimes that kind of causes me a little bit of anxiety. But I'm not going to let him bother me because I'm doing what I feel is best for the children. And so he just needs to let me handle that, right? Right. Anyway, we've had some organization issues, lots and lots and lots and lots of loose papers all over the place. The further up Elijah goes in his studies and everything, like, last year when we were in Japan, we had those big zipper binders and we had them nicely organized. We had, divided up into different subjects, and if there became too many loose papers, we would put those in those binders. Well, we stopped using them after a while because we didn't have that many loose papers. But this year I opted not to go through with it. First, I was like, I didn't really want to spend the money for 3 zipper binders. And then I thought about it, I was like, why would I spend extra money when I can just bundle up all the old stuff? And then, whatever new things that they have, I can, like, let them use the same binders, which still is a very good idea. And, but the binder rings were so big, I was able to keep last year's stuff in and then add new dividers that says 2023 and then all their subjects. Well, I had to do that with Elijah because, guys, this paper work is just everywhere. I gave them like those little book bin magazine files, and it's just getting a little bit too messy. So yeah, next year I'm going to be very much more prepared. I'm even thinking, like, how many more weeks is left of school? Maybe like 7 or 8 more weeks of school left. Do I really want to transition to a new binder setup system? I don't know yet. But it's like all these papers everywhere it's just too much. So, but we did have to bring out his zipper binder. Jerry and Kelsey didn't need theirs, so, whatever. But next year I'm making sure everybody has one. Everybody is set up with all of their subjects because I can't deal with all this empty paperwork. So with those magazine files, remember we went and got new books. We're going to just use those for books. everything else, we've been doing really good. We've taken some time off. That's why we don't have we're not losing momentum at all. Everything's going good. Daddy's been home helping out. Like one day I had to take some nighttime medicine. And usually if I take nighttime medicine, I need to take it super early in the day, like maybe 6 or 7 o'clock, in order for me to be functional the next morning. Well, I took it around 9 or 10 o'clock at night. So I'd already told Daddy, listen, babe, he suggested, he was like, take the medicine. I'm like, no, because I won't be able to get up in the morning. And he said, I can handle school. Just, before you take it, can you just lay all their stuff out and, write on the board what they're going to be doing? Okay. He was like, I'll handle breakfast and everything. And so I did just that. I did end up getting up around noon, and that was good. So, but I still am not a big fan of sleepy medicines, nighttime medicine, unless I take it super early in the day. So everything's starting to get back to normal. We're on track with a lot of stuff. I am changing math curriculum. We're doing Apologia for math. Everything else pretty much is staying the same. Yeah, so I think that's about it that I have for you guys today. Thanks for tuning in and joining me and following me along on this journey. If you guys have any suggestions, any questions, just anything, please drop it down below. Make sure you hit like and subscribe and tell a friend about me. If someone needs some extra support or help, I'll be more than happy to share whatever information that I have that could be of some assistance to them. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, bye.